The Middle East has long been a powder keg of geopolitical tension, and in recent months that tension has exploded into direct military exchanges between Iran, Israel, and the United States. What we are witnessing is not a series of random strikes, but a calculated and deliberate Iranian military response to a chain of attacks that Tehran considers acts of war on its soil, its allies, and its military leadership. To understand why Iran fired where it did, we first need to understand what pushed it to that point. Israel conducted a series of strikes targeting senior Iranian military commanders, including the assassination of high-ranking Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps officers in Syria and beyond. The United States, meanwhile, carried out operations that Iran viewed as direct aggression against its regional influence. Iran's response was not impulsive. It was strategic, symbolic, and designed to send a message to both Tel Aviv and Washington simultaneously, confirming that Iran's precision capabilities have significantly advanced in what became one of the largest aerial attacks ever launched against the country. The primary targets included Israeli Air Force bases, most notably Nevatim Air Base located in the Negev Desert. This base was specifically chosen because it houses Israeli F-35 stealth fighter jets, the same aircraft used in strikes against Iranian-linked targets in Syria. By targeting Nevatim, Iran was sending a direct message. The platforms used to strike Iranian assets would themselves become targets. A second major target was Ramon Air Base, another critical Israeli military installation in the south, further demonstrating Iran's intent to pressure United States military presence across multiple fronts simultaneously. United States military bases across the region were also placed in the crosshairs. Ain al-Assad Air Base in western Iraq, which houses thousands of American troops, was targeted with ballistic missiles. This base had previously been struck by Iran in January 2020 following the assassination of General Qasem Soleimani, and it was targeted again as a direct response to American military support for Israeli operations. The Al-Tanf garrison in southeastern Syria, a United States outpost near the borders of Iraq and Jordan, was also struck. Iran views Al-Tanf as a strategic thorn in its side because it sits along a critical land corridor connecting Tehran to Beirut through Iraq and Syria. Striking it was both retaliatory and strategic, aimed at disrupting American influence along that corridor. Additionally, bases in northeastern Syria hosting American Special Operations Forces were targeted, creating a sustained pressure campaign rather than a single isolated event. Hezbollah in Lebanon launched thousands of rockets and anti-tank missiles toward northern Israel, targeting military positions in the Galilee region and communities near the border. These strikes were designed to stretch Israeli air defenses across multiple fronts at the same time as the direct Iranian barrage. In Yemen, the Houthi movement, backed and armed by Iran, launched ballistic missiles and cruise missiles toward Israeli territory, with some projectiles traveling over 2,000 kilometers before being intercepted. The Houthis also targeted United States naval vessels in the Red Sea with anti-ship missiles and drone boats, directly threatening American maritime operations and global shipping lanes. Iraqi militia groups aligned with Iran fired rockets and drones at United States bases in Iraq and Syria on multiple occasions. Every target Iran chose and every proxy it activated was part of a broader strategic communication. Iran was demonstrating that it possesses the capability and the willingness to strike across an enormous geographic range, from the Mediterranean coast to the Red Sea. The strikes on air bases targeted military capacity. The strikes on United States positions targeted political will. The proxy activations demonstrated depth and resilience. Iran's message was clear. Any escalation will be met with a response that is wide, coordinated, and painful. Whether this leads to further escalation or opens a path toward de-escalation remains the defining question shaping the future of the entire region.